Hey y'all, what's up? It's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about prepping for year 2020. I cannot believe, y'all, that 2020 is just days away. We are all in this phase where we are reflecting on just how the past year went, how the past decade went, what goals we accomplished, what goals we didn't accomplish, what we want to accomplish for 2020. And so today I wanted to share some tips on what I plan to incorporate going into the year 2020 and to put my best foot forward so that way I just achieve all of my goals that I have for the year and just be the best me that I can be next year and do the best that I can do next year. So I wanted to share my tips with you guys. So that way we kill 2020, we beast 2020, and we are just like literally rocking and rolling all year long. And today's video is sponsored by Daily Harvest. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first tip that I have to just kill 2020 is to prioritize our health. I know that seems very cliche, like getting fit for 2020, getting fit for the new year. Like that sounds very cliche. I'm not sure about y'all, but I slacked off like the whole second half of 2019. I got lazy. I stopped working out. I stopped like prioritizing my health. And so I decided that I wanted to change all that and I wanted to go into 2020 strong, especially when it comes to my healthy eating habits. So I have recently started to incorporate Daily Harvest into my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. If you guys don't know what Daily Harvest is, they are a website that offers fresh recipes full of fruits and vegetables. And they have smoothies, harvest bowls, soups, and so much more. There are so many benefits to using Daily Harvest, but I personally love how convenient and customizable Daily Harvest is. So you are able to choose from over 65 different recipes that are different smoothies, soups, harvest bowls, and more. And you're able to customize what all you want to be included in your box. And your box is then shipped to your front door. And your recipes can be stored in your freezer. So you don't have to worry about your food going bad or having to eat the different recipes within a certain amount of time because it may go bad. No, the recipes, your different meals can be stored in the freezer. And whenever you're ready, just pop it out the freezer and it only takes 5 minutes, y'all, 5 minutes or less of prep time to get different meals, different recipes full of fruits and vegetables, fresh ingredients, real ingredients. Like it's healthy eating, y'all, made easy. I know for me, I've been using it for the past few days and I've loved like how convenient it is. I really do love the smoothies, the harvest bowls, and the soups. The smoothies are definitely my favorite because I love breakfast. I love lunch and dinner as well. And that's whenever I'll incorporate the harvest bowls and the soups. But for breakfast, that's my favorite meal of the day. So I really love to make their smoothies. My favorite is the strawberry and peach smoothie. That's just one of my go-tos. It's so full of flavor. It has such great ingredients. It even has like flax seeds and things like that in it. So it's really yummy, definitely healthy for you, and it's so easy to make. All you do is just add in your liquid of choice. So my personal preference is almond milk. I think it just makes the smoothie nice and creamy. So I'll just add a little bit of almond milk in there, blend, all the ingredients together, and that's it. It takes just a few minutes to make, and the smoothies are so good. All of the fresh ingredients are listed on the cup, and they are also visible in the cup, so you don't have to worry about trying to guess what's in the bowl and what's good and what's not good. Everything is listed on the cup for you, and all of the ingredients are clean, they're plant-based, top quality fruits and vegetables, frozen at their peak freshness. So like I mentioned earlier, you can just pop the cups in the freezer and just pull them out whenever you're ready. And the cups, the recipes, the meals are still fresh and ready to go. And aside from all of those amazing other benefits that I mentioned, Daily Harvest is a year-round thing. It's something to enjoy year-round, so that way you have quick and easy access to the fruits and vegetables that your body needs to thrive and keep going. So if you guys are wanting to prioritize your health or already are prioritizing your health, I would highly recommend you guys check out Daily Harvest. Visit dailyharvest.com and enter promo code AliciaW for $25 off your first box. So again, go to dailyharvest.com and enter promo code AliciaW to get $25 off your first box. The next tip is to set your intentions for the year. So what do you intend to achieve? What do you intend to get out of the year? Do you intend to heal? Do you intend to work through some childhood traumas? Do you intend to just figure out how to be a better saver? Do you intend to end the year genuinely happy? Do you intend to end off the year 2020 in a much better place than you're starting 2020? It's all about the intention for the year. I think once you have that bigger picture, like that end goal, that end game, that will then allow you to set the smaller goals that will get you to the end game, the intention of the year. So I think first things first to figure out, okay, what do you want to accomplish? Not so much smaller things like, oh, I want to save, $10,000 by the end of the year, or I want to do X, I want to do Y. Not so much the smaller things, because I think by now we all know setting goals is important, and those to me are more of the goals. But I'm referring to the bigger pictures, like what do you plan to get out of 2020 mentally, physically, emotionally? What are those big goals? I've already set mine for the year, and I already know what my intention of where I want to be by the end of the year is. And having that bigger picture, that end goal, is definitely going to help me and motivate me to get through the ups and the downs. So that way, looking back at the end of next year, I'm like, you know what? I got through it. I've set my intentions and I got there. So just think about, what is the big picture? What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to be mentally at the end of the year? And then set those goals, set those smaller goals to help you get to that big goal. Find a hobby, okay? Now, this may seem childish to some, but I think having hobbies is so important. My hobby, you guys can probably tell, is blogging and doing YouTube. And the reason why I love to do it is not just because I'm very passionate about it, because I am super passionate about it, but it also allows me to take the focus off my day-to-day duties that work, my 9 to 5, even my duties of like being a mom. I just have a little bit of time to like let go of all that stress, let go of all that pressure, and focus on something that I just really enjoy doing, where there is no pressure at all, where I just have fun doing it. I think everybody should have at least one hobby, okay? Because it can be so easy to get wrapped up in the day-to-day things, your never-ending to-do list, like everything you have going on, especially being a parent, a wife, or whatever you have going on. It can be so easy to get wrapped up in those things, but you have to let loose, and not just letting loose at like the club, but something that requires a little bit more, thinking, a little bit more creativity. Something that allows you to tap into your creative side, have fun, and let loose. Another way to really live your best life in Kiel 2020 is to find time to travel, okay? And when people think about the word travel, they think about jet setting, taking international trips, spending all kinds of money, staying at the nicest resorts, and just living this lavish, luxurious life. But I am a believer that you do not have to spend a lot of money at all to travel. Traveling can mean packing up your bags and driving 2 hours down the road to a big city near you and just sightseeing, trying new foods. Like, it doesn't have to be anything major. Definitely incorporating traveling into the year is going to play a huge difference. I think it opens you up to new cultures, just to new things. Even with Valerie, I try to expose her now to new cultures, new foods, just different experiences, because I think that helps you get a different perspective of what's really going on in the world, what matters most in this world, like what should be important to you and what should not be so important to you. It just helps to shift your whole entire mindset, your perspective, and in return, it will help you think about just the year a lot differently, what you want to accomplish a lot differently, what your goals are for the year a lot differently. Like, it does play a big part in your overall perspective. So I do think that incorporating traveling, whether that be once a year, twice a year, every other month, like what works for you, but just try to make it a priority to travel. Like, it can be easy for us to just forget about that, and then years have passed and we haven't gone anywhere besides the city that we live in. But you're doing yourself a disservice in a way by not getting yourself out there and just like seeing more of what the world has to offer. All right, next up, face your fears. This is a big one for me. and I'm sure it could be helpful for you guys as well. I am trying to like face my fears in 2020. I've already done a few of facing my fears at the end of this year. One being cutting my hair, two being getting my ears pierced, and they may seem small to some, but the reason why I wanted to go ahead and do it, and the reason why it's so big to me, is because I was really scared of doing it. Like, for one, I was super tied to my hair. I always have been, but I had been super tied to my hair. Like, I just wanted to see it long, but then I didn't have a real goal of it being long. I just like to see the long hair. Like, it just being long was like really important to me. And I was scared to cut it. I have been scared to cut it this short for so long. I thought that I may not have enough confidence to rock short hair. I thought that I may be deemed as like ugly to some people if I cut my hair. There were just so many like different negative thoughts that I had, and so many fears that I had that was preventing me from chopping my hair off. So me cutting my hair off was me facing my fears and saying, you know what? I'm gonna let all that fear go. I'm gonna cut this hair off and I'm going to rock it. I'm going to have all the confidence in the world. I'm gonna still be sexy. I'm gonna still look good, and I'm gonna still feel comfortable in my own skin. Short hair or long hair, it's okay. And I think that cutting my hair off has really, really forced me to just be confident in my own skin. Like, I don't have my hair anymore as a protective layer. I had to let it go. Same for my ears. This was just more of like I was just scared for the pain kind of thing. I say all that to say to just face your fears. No matter what fear you have, take it full on and face your fears. It could be something small like the ear piercing, or something big like starting a business, going after a job that you wanted, moving away from family. Like, something big like that could even be a fear that you have been wanting to do, but fear has you stuck and it's preventing you from doing something that you really want to do. Face those fears. We're not getting any younger, y'all. So why not go ahead, face those fears, do whatever it is that you have been scared to do for weeks, for months, for years. Just do it. Like, we only live once. That's the truth, y'all. We only live once. So do what you gotta do. Have fun. Live your life. Like, don't let anything stop you. Don't worry about what people have to say about you. Just do you. Just do you, boo, and live your life. Put your phone down. And when I say this, I am 100% talking to myself, y'all. This last like month and a half of 2019 has gotten worse for me than this whole entire year. I just found myself like attached to my phone even more, and it's so bad. I even feel like terrible doing it, but I still do it. And I'm trying to break out the habit of like grabbing for my phone every other minute, but it just is so bad. So one of my goals and one of my tips for 2020 is to put my phone down more and to live in the moment. I feel like you're able to enjoy, life a lot more, and allows you to be more present in life whenever you don't have your phone around you or you're not on your phone 24/7. So I am trying to make it my duty, y'all. Like, I'm trying to set hours or like minutes when I can use my phone, and then like the rest of the day I cannot touch my phone at all, because it's a really bad habit, and I am like so just like distracted by my phone that I can't really keep up with like anything else that's going on. Whenever I have Valerie, I don't have my phone, but outside of that, like, I have my phone almost all of the time. So I'm trying to do better at that. I'm trying to just be more aware, be more present, and be more just active with like regular people, be more social, and just not always be on my phone like texting or like on IG or YouTube or whatever the case is. I just want to be, just be more present. And that can mean like, even when I'm around my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, I want to be, like talking to them more and like communicating with them more and not be on my phone so much. So I'm making that more of a goal for myself. I know it's kind of silly, but it is a really big distraction that I want to break. I want to break the habit. So my goal starting like 2 days ago was to slowly spend less time on my phone, be less distracted by my phone. I will even purposely like put my phone like in a whole different room, so that way I just can't even be like, tempted to pick my phone up. It has to be in a totally different room, and it's been helping. So I'm trying to work my way to where I only have like certain set like 30-minute increments where I may be on it, or like maybe an hour, like the first half of the day and an hour the second half of the day, something along those lines. But it's a slow progress, but I do want to make it my goal to like barely be on my phone, at least barely be on my phone, like on social media and doing things that aren't productive throughout the day. And the last, very last tip that I have for us to kill 2020 is to treat ourselves. And y'all know I speak about self-care so much, so this is nothing new, but I have realized that more than ever, especially around this time of year when it's all about giving and stuff like that, we tend to forget about ourselves. But I want to make it a point to still prioritize myself and my self-care. Like there was a little bit of time where I just stopped like doing my really in-depth skincare routine because I got so busy and I'd be so tired that I would like not really prioritize my skincare, or I wouldn't prioritize like my nails. I just started to put this back into my my self-care routine. But I'm just doing things like that, things that make us feel good, that keep us feeling like, you know, alive and thriving and happy. Those things I want to make sure we still, all of us still prioritize in 2020, and not having to wait for anybody else to do it for us. But if we want to do it, like we prioritize it and we do it for ourselves. I think the years are gone of us having to wait around for somebody else to do something for us that we have been wanting to be done for so long. Like, y'all, that time is so far gone. I am prioritizing my self-care. Whatever I want to do, like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna prioritize myself because I matter. Like, I matter, you matter. We are worth the time and the energy to give ourselves some TLC. Remind yourself that you are worth it. You deserve time to yourself. You deserve some me time. You deserve to be spoiled and to pamper yourself. So continue to prioritize yourself in 2020. I know we made it a priority this year, 2019 as well, but going into next year, we got to keep it up. We got to keep it up. We got to keep living our lives and keep putting ourselves first. I always think it's like God and then, you know, ourselves, because we can't pour from an empty cup. And if we're always ripping and running and working and taking care of kids and like taking care of a husband or a boyfriend or whatever the case is, and doing this, doing that, and you're not spoiling yourself and you're not pampering yourself, you're just pouring from an empty cup. But no, you have to do it for yourself. You have to make yourself feel good. Like, no one else can help you besides yourself. You have to put in that work and make sure that you are, you know, that you're feeling good and that you're doing good from the inside out. Continue to incorporate all of these other tips that I mentioned in today's video into your everyday life for 2020. And I promise we are all going to prosper. I really feel like 2020 is going to be like that year. And I'm just so excited and so ready to see what 2020 has to offer for all of us. So yeah, I love y'all. We have been on quite the journey this year, but we are not done yet. So yeah, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.